All right, good evening. This is the circuitry for the SprayOMatic. It's basically a booth on tracks that will allow the staff to drive from door to door of the indoor tanning rooms. Um, Once at the door, the client can walk in, get sprayed with their tanning lotion, and then exit the booth to then continue with their tanning experience. Pretty simple setup here. We use the remote to drive. So 2, 4, 6, and 8 are going to be your buttons that you use to drive forward, make a left turn, right turn, or go in reverse. And 5 is actually used to stop the motors. These are the motors that are driving the tracks. There's a motor for each track. That way it can turn pretty easily. Two servos, one for the lotion reservoir to open it, and then the other servo to spray the client while in the booth. All right, so we will go ahead and start simulation. Right, so starting simulation, um, say we want to drive forward, we would hit number 2. That's going to allow the motors to go forward in the same direction. Hitting number 4 will allow the right track to move forward and the left track to go backwards to make your left turn. The opposite is going to happen when you hit number 6. And then when you hit number 8, they're both going to go in reverse in the same direction to back up. 5 will stop the motors. Once the client is in the booth, they're going to hit this slide switch, which then activates these servos. This one is the one that opens up the reservoir. So it opens at 180 degrees. And this one is going to toggle back and forth from 0 to 90 continuously to allow the spray nozzle to move up and down to spray the complete body. Once the user is done, we will turn off the slide switch. Both of these servos go back to 0 degrees. And then the staff can, once the client is out of the booth, the staff can then drive it to the next door for the next client. Okay, so pretty simple with the coding. We include our servos and our remotes. We defined everything at the top here. Here is our setup for our tracks and our slide switch and our servos. It does test the motors and for 2 seconds and tells you when the test is complete down here in the serial monitor when you first simulate. Here is our loop. Tells us what to do on the remote to make our forward, right turn, left turn, and reverse, and to stop. Then the servo control slide switch goes to high. Therefore, it moves the one servo 180 degrees to open the reservoir for the lotion, and then the other one's going to bounce back and forth from 0 to 90 to allow for spraying. And then when the slide switch is turned off, they both go back to 0. So once again, here's the code. All right. And that's what we have for the SprayOMatic. Thank you.